Right, folks, this is exceptionally exciting. The Arcane Journal for the High Elves has just been leaked. It's everywhere. It's all over the internet. Everybody's looking at these. They've got access to these. This is fresh. This is really fresh. This is really exciting. As a High Elf player, I'm absolutely buzzing. So what I have some photos. I don't have it all. I don't have access to it. This is just things that I have found on the internet. Everybody else can find as well. Um, but what I wanted to do, this is just hot takes. Have a quick look at this. Let's have a look and see what it does, and just some very quick hot takes. Okay, so let's just dive straight into it. Let's not waste any time. Okay, so first things first. What we got? We have the Chracian Warhost. So what can you do here? You can take up to 50% of your army. Yep, can be a High Elf Prince or Archmage per 1,000 points. That's standard. Chracian Chieftain or Stormweaver. Those are new per 1,000 points. High Elf Nobles galore. Okay, fine. No level 2s by the looks of it. Okay, interesting. Although I think that Stormweaver is something special. Core at least 33%. At least 33%. Okay. That is interesting. Okay, a bit higher core there. Spearmen, Archers, Chracian Woodsman, 0-1 unit white lions per 1,000 points. So you can have white lions in core. You can have 2 units of white lions in core. You can have Chracian Woodsman. Okay, this is cool. This is exciting. What have we got here? Up to 50% of the army can be spent on white lions of Thrace, lion chariots, war lions. Oh, war lions. Okay, well, we sort of knew war lions were going to be a unit, so that's exciting. Okay, and then 33% can be lion guard, new unit, shadow warriors or sisters per 1,000 points. Sisters and white lions. That sounds pretty good. Great eagles. Meh. Eagle bolt throwers per 1,000 points. Yeah, you're not gonna have a lot of bolt throwers, but that's totally fine. Nobody really likes bolt throwers anyway. And then a single high elf noble or chieftain can be upgraded to battle standard for 25 points. Yeah, fair enough. Blah blah blah. All the usual stuff. Okay, fine. Okay, that's interesting. What have we got here? We have Chracian Woodsmen. Okay, so the Chracian Woodsmen, these are the ones that can be in core. They are movement 5, weapon, ballistic skill 5, strength 4, okay, good, toughness 3, 1 wound, initiative 4, attacks 1, 8 for 12 points. Okay. They come with great blades and light armor. Okay, okay. They can take war bows. Okay, war bows. Let me just double check. War bows, I believe, are strength as user. War bow. Let's just double check. Warbow is strength as user, so it's range 24, strength as user, so you can have strength 4 bows in your high elves. That's quite exciting. Okay, replace light armor with heavy armor. Okay, so that means you've got a 5-up armor save. Okay, that's exciting. And what do we have here at the bottom? Champion, yeah, have the lion cloak special rules. Okay, so lion cloaks, if you remember, lion cloaks are +1 against non-magical shooting specifically, so a little bit of defense against shooting. That could be quite good fun. Okay, let's have a little look. 0-1 unit may replace the vanguard special rule with scouts or ambushers. Okay. So what else have we got? Let me just move my face a little bit down here. Yeah, there we go. There we go, just so you can see the rules a bit better. Elven reflexes, move through cover, skirmishers. Okay, so you've got a skirmishing core unit that's got strength 4 bows and vanguard. That can have heavy armor, that can be 4-up armor save against shooting. That's pretty good. And it has vanguard. Interesting. Okay, I don't hate that. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, let's just have a little look. Right, this is fun. Right, okay. So, this is Korhil. Okay, so we knew Korhil was coming. We knew Korhil was going to be a thing. So let's have a look. So Korhil, movement 5, weapon skill 7, ballistic skill 5, strength 4, toughness 3, 3 wounds, initiative 6, 4 attacks, leadership 9, 175 points. Infantry, fine. He's got a hand weapon, Shael, which is his axe, I believe. The pelt of Charandris and heavy armor. Okay, it can be mounted on a chieftain chariot. That's interesting. What special rules has he got? He's got elven reflexes for +1 initiative in the first turn. He's got furious charge. That gives him an extra attack, so that's 5 attacks when he charges. Mighty Constitution, move through cover, Stubborn, and Valor of Ages. Okay, so what do those do? Mighty Constitution. During a turn in which he charges, during a turn in which he makes a charge move of 3 inches or more, Korhil gains a +1 modifier to his strength characteristic. Okay, so Korhil can be strength 5 on the charge, plus his great weapon, plus his weapon. Okay, in addition, Korhil is immune to the poison attack special rule. Fuck you, goblins. If he is hit by an attack with a special rule, the attacker must roll to wound as normal. Sweet, I like that. That's pretty good, actually. Pelt of Charandis. Blah blah blah. The wearer of the Pelt of Charandis improves their armor value by 1 whilst engaged in combat, and by 2 against non-magical shooting attacks. In addition, the wearer gains regen 5 special rule. Oh, sweet. Chayal, combat strength +2, AP -3, killing blow requires 2 hands. I don't see all strikes last there. The wearer of Chayal may reroll any rolls to hit of a natural 1 made during the combat phase. That is really good. Okay, so what we have here is we have a strength 7, 5 attacks, weapon skill 7, rerolling 1s to hit. Let's be honest, you'll be hitting most things on 3s or 2s, rerolling those 1s. Strength 7, you're wounding most things on 3s or 2s. And then on top of that, you're AP -3 and killing blow. And you can be on some sort of chariot with a decent armor. So what's he got? 5 up armor. He's got his pelt for a 3 up against non-magical shooting, or a 4 up in combat. Fine, I'll take that. And regen 5. Sweet. That sounds pretty good to me, to be 100% honest. All right, okay. What else we got? Lion Guard. Okay, so Lion Guard, we have a movement of 5, weapon skill 6, ballistic skill, don't care, strength 4, toughness 3, 1 wound, initiative 5, 1 attack, leadership 9, 18 points. These are the rare ones. Okay. Great blades, heavy armor, hand weapon. Okay. You've got the usual full command, magic standard up to 50. Okay, fine. And magic items up to 50. That's interesting. Champions of Thrace, close order, 11 reflexes, furious charge, lion cloak, stubborn, veteran. Okay, this is a lot of really cool rules. Veteran and stubborn is really good. That means you get to pins. You can reroll so many tests. Fear tests, terror tests. Wow, okay. So furious charge, weapon skill 6. Okay, so you've got, if you charge, you have 2 attacks at strength 6, striking at initiative 5. That's quite nasty. Champions of Thrace. Any model in a unit of Lion Guard can accept challenges in the same manner as a character. In addition, once per turn, a character that has joined a unit of Lion Guard may re-roll their Lookout Sir rule. Okay, cool, fine. So you put a character in it and they just really protect them. Interesting. Okay, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. Okay, what's next? I'll do magic wet stuff. Oh, Merwyrm. Okay, the Merwyrm is very cool. So we have movement 6, weapon skill 6. Wow, that's good. Strength and toughness 6. Toughness 6 is quite a big one. That's one that people didn't think it was going to have. 6 wounds, initiative 3, 4 attacks, leadership 8, 225 points. It's a behemoth, so he gets those really nice stomps. Lashing talons, serpentine tail, briny breath, iridescent scales, heavy armor. Okay, it's got a special rules of abyssal cloak, close order, enfeebling cold, impact hits D3, large target stomp D3 +1, and terror. Sweet. Alright, abyssal cloak. Any enemy model that targets this model during the shooting phase suffers -2 to hit for firing at long range rather than -1. Okay, fine. It's a little bit more protected at long range. Okay, I'm not bothered about that. It's nice, but not bothered. Enfeebling cold. Whilst in base contact with this model, enemy models suffer a -1 modifier to their strength characteristic. That's big. That's the old Frostheart modifier, and that was amazing. I mean, okay, fine, it's only models in base contact, but that's significant. So you're going to be, so unless you're strength 7, you're going to be wounding this on 5s or worse. Okay, lashing talons minus, it was basically armor bane 1, AP -1. Okay, fine, so strength 6, AP -1, armor bane 1 is fine. Serpentine tail +2 strength, -2 AP, strikes last. In combat, this model must make one of its attacks. Okay, so it's out of your 4, one of them will be with this tail, which is actually not, it's fine. It's strength 8, EP -2. Even if it strikes last, it's very usable. That's fine. On that briny breath, strength 2 -2 AP. There's something about additional wounds from this weapon suffer a -1. Apologies, these are just the pictures that I've got. So obviously some sort of additional benefit there. Okay, Merwyrm. That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. All right, so let's have a look at what we got. Chracian Warhost special rules. Okay, so you can have characters able to take an elven honor. So your honors are locked. Okay, Shadow Stalker, Chracian Hunter, Pure of Heart, fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not bothered about that. Hidden Trails. 0 to 1 units of Elven Spearmen or Elven Archers per 1,000 points within a Chracian Warhost Army of Infamy may have a move through cover special rule for a point per model. Sure, not bothered. In addition, once per game after rolling to determine if a unit with an Ambusher special rule that is currently held in reserve as reinforcements arrives, you may apply a +1 or -1 modifier. Nice. So we've seen it before with Frida. So essentially, that's pretty good. You get more reliable reinforcements, which is actually really quite cool. Okay, fine. What else we got? Warriors of Thrace. Units of Elven Spearmen or Elven Archers within a Chracian Warhost Army of Infamy have a Lion Cloak rule for 10 points per unit. So, okay, that's actually kind of cool. That just makes them a little bit more resilient. Elven Archers, but not your... Oh, but they have it anyway. Okay, fine. Once players have finished placing terrain, a Chracian Warhost player may place one additional area of difficult terrain measuring between 8 inches and 12 at its widest point. This may be placed anywhere on the battlefield that is not within the opponent's deployment zone and not within 6 of a special feature. Right. So it's basically like the Wood Elves I've got. Special feature. Okay, that's kind of cool. I don't hate that. Free terrain. You just place that in front of one of your units. You've got move through cover. Yeah, great, fine, not a problem. Now I think I saw. Did I have the chariot thing? Chasing Woodsman. Yes, Chieftain's Chariot. Okay, Chieftain's Chariot. Strength 5, Toughness 4, 3 wounds for 105 points. Okay. And otherwise, it looks like a Lion Chariot, just with 1 fewer wound. The same armor save, claws and fangs. Yeah, armor being 1 on the White Lions. Okay. I think that's actually better than the Lion Chariot. Close order, Elven Reflexes, Fear, First Charge, Impact Hits D6, Stubborn, Valor of Ages. Yeah, so it looks like basically a cheaper Lion Chariot, which is fine because you can. So you can have Korhil on this. So Korhil can be a 6 wound character, which is immune to poison, killing blow, obviously because he's on a chariot, and he has all of these attacks. So Korhil be what, 280 points for a 6 wound guy. It's usable. Like, that is not a bad thing. Definitely usable. Okay, so that's the Chracian part of it. Let's have a little look at Ishaya. Ishaya Vess. Okay, so Ishaya, movement 5, weapon skill 7, ballistic skill 7, strength 4, toughness 3, 3 wounds, that's quite nice. Initiative 7, wow, she's got a lot of stats. 3 attacks, leadership 9, 170 points. Okay. She's an infantry, she has heavy armor, shield, Mathlands, Ire, and Warbow. Okay, commanding voice, Ithalmar weapons, naval discipline, rallying cry, strikes first, precision strike, valor of ages. Okay, wow, lots of interesting things there. Commanding voice. Ishaya's command range is increased by 3 inches. In other words, Ishaya Vess has a command range of 12 inches because she's leadership 9 plus 3. Okay, so 12. If she is your army's general, she has a command range of 15. That's not too bad for leadership 9. Sure. Leadership 9, 170 points, that's not bad. Precision strike. A Lothan Sea Guard unit joined by a Ishaya Vess improves the armor piercing characteristics of a weapon by 1. This is something that's really been desperately needed because I've been struggling to figure out how Sea Guard are going to be good, but armor piercing Sea Guard, usable. Yeah, I can see that being decent. Mathlands Ire, combat weapon, strength +1, so should be strength 5, EP -2. Decent. It's got armor bane and magical attack. Okay, during the combat phase, enemy models must reroll a single successful roll to hit, made against the, oh, so just any one successful roll to hit. Okay, fine. Okay, okay, not terrible. Commanding voice, Ithalmar weapons. Why she got Ithalmar weapons? She has a magical weapon. Yeah, I'm not sure that's ever going to be used. Bit of a pointless roll. Naval discipline, that lets her redress the ranks because that's what Seaguard do. Rallying cry is quite useful, but that's a Seaguard honor thing. Strikes first, fine. I mean, I'm initiative 7, so I don't really bother about strikes first. I'll probably be striking first anyway. Precision strike is this. Valor of Ages, yeah, okay. Reroll panics and whatnot. Yeah, it's not the worst. Right, where's our Seaguard? Okay, Seaguard Garrison. Okay, so this is the composition rules. Okay, after 50% of the army points may be spent on a Seaguard Garrison Commander and Storm Weavers. Okay, so we'll have a look and see what Storm Weavers actually are. 0 to 1 Dragon Mages. Nobody's going to take Dragon Mages. High Elf Nobles or High Elf Mage per 1,000 points. Okay, so you could have High Elf Nobles riding dragons. Can you? Maybe. You probably can't actually in this one. Okay, so you can get a dragon in this. I don't know about the Seaguard Garrison Commander. Okay, let's have a look. So core, at least 33%. There's that bloody increased core again. Lothian Seaguard and Ship's Company. That's a new unit. 0 to 1 units of Shadow Warriors. Obsessed with Shadow Warriors in this. Trying to make Shadow Warriors work. Okay, fine. We'll see. Special. Up to 50% of your army's points may be spent on Skycutters, Great Eagles. Wow, 0 to 3 bolt throwers per 1,000 points. You can take 6 bolt throwers in a 2,000 point list. I mean, bolt throwers are crap, but 6 of them might not be the worst thing. I guess we'll see. Up to 33 of your army's points may be spent on Reavers, Phoenixes, or Merwyrms. Just Merwyrms. Okay. I guess that's the thing. Battle standard, a single High Elf Noble or Seaguard Garrison Commander in your army may be upgraded to Battle Standard Bearer for 25 points. Okay. Magic items. All the usual stuff. Okay, and what are the special rules? Okay, so here we go. Characters in Seaguard Army of Infamy that are able to take an order may only take one of the following: a Shadow Stalker, Pure of Heart, Seaguard. Fine, that's pretty much the same as for the other guys. From the Mist, after deployment, but before deploying units with a Scout special rule or moving units with a Vanguard special rule, you may immediately remove a single deployed unit belonging to your army from the battlefield and replace it anywhere within your deployment zone. That's quite cool. So repositioning after you've seen what your opponent has done, that's quite useful. That means you can you have a big unit of Seaguard, which I'm guessing is probably where you're going to be taking, and then you can reposition it in a better shooting position. Great, fantastic. Okay. From the Stormclouds, 0 to 1 Skycutters per 1,000 points in Seaguard Garrison Army of Infamy, including Skycutters taken as characters mounts, may have the Ambusher special rule for 10 points. So you essentially can have ambushing characters that would otherwise maybe not have it. Okay, interesting, fine. Old World Rangers, 0 to 1 unit Shadow Warriors with unit strength of something. Doesn't say, can't say. Maybe it's at 10 or less. And a Seaguard Garrison Army may have the Ambushers rule for free. Okay, well, fine. Nobody really cares about that, to be honest. Let's just make sure you can see that. Pride of the Fleet. Units of Seaguard in a Seaguard Garrison Army gain the Regimental Unit Special rule. Okay. In addition, 0 to 1 units of Seaguard in a Seaguard Garrison Army may have Drilled for free. I mean, Drilled is a great rule. Drilled is just a fantastic rule to have on anything. So yeah, I would not hate that. Okay. So where's my Skycars? Okay, fine. Ship's Company. Right, let's have a look and see what these guys do. Okay, so Ship's Company. Movement 5, weapon skill, ballistic skill 4, strength, toughness 3, that's all normal. Yep. 9 points each, that's pretty cheap. They can replace the warbow, so they come with hand weapon and warbow. May replace the warbow with thrusting spears and shields. Okay, that's not bad. Champion champion, standard bearer. These are pretty cheap. These are really pretty cheap. Oh, okay, so they don't actually have any armor. Oh yeah, they don't have it. You have to pay for armor. Okay. They replaced the open order special rule with skirmishers. So, okay, skirmishers. Skirmishers is always good. Replace the Valor of Ages with veteran for 1 point per model. Okay, detachment, elven reflexes, evasive, fire and fleet, open order, and Valor of Ages. Okay. So essentially you have a cheap-ish for High Elves core unit that can be skirmishers running around shooting stuff, annoying stuff, and it can be a detachment. What happens when it's a detachment that's skirmishing? That's going to be an ugly rule of attraction. All right, we'll find out. We'll find out later. Right. Stormweaver. Okay, this is one I've been excited about. I think this one's going to be really cool. So it's basically, I think, a mage. Yeah, a Stormweaver is a level 1 wizard. Every Stormweaver knows spells from one of the following: dark magic. We've got access to dark magic, elementalism, and illusion. Don't care about the last two. Everybody else has that too. So dark magic is significant. Why is it significant? Okay, here. Let me just remind you what dark magic actually does. Right, okay, here. Let me just change this thing that you can see. Boom. Word of Pain. Okay, so until your next start of turn, the target enemy suffers -1 to its strength and toughness. This is the first ability that High Elves have had access to that can lower the toughness of your opponent. That is the one thing High Elves really struggle with, is actually doing damage to things. And then they have strength reduced as well, which means that they're a bit more survivable. And you can engage it in combat. Fantastic. Okay. Assailment. It's a crap assailment. Gateway. Zoom characters out of the way. I'm not bothered about that. Phantasmagoria. Yeah, so Battle Lust, right. Until the end of this turn, the target friendly unit gains Frenzy and Hatred. You can have High Elves with Frenzy and Hatred. You can essentially have pseudo Dark Elves. So Dark Elves are back, folks. They're back. Soul Eater, single enemy unit. Suffers strength 3 with multiple wounds. No armor saves permitted. I'll take it. Like, that is very not a bad set of options. I'm more excited about being able to reduce strength and toughness, but this is not bad. All right, let's read on. Okay, so 2 wounds, up 85 points, 2 attacks. Okay, fine. What can they do? They can mount it on a unicorn. Stormweaver on a unicorn. What's a unicorn doing on a ship? All right, fine, whatever. A Stormweaver can be a level 2 or level 3. Okay, so for what, 145 points, you have a level 3 wizard that can take dark magic. Elven reflexes, Ultimar weapons, lower Safari. Okay, Valor of Ages. So that's fairly standard. But it has level 3, which means you can take lore familiar, which means you can pick the 2 decent spells out of it. Pick 3 spells. It's not terrible. I think it's got legs. Right, let's see this unicorn. All right, movement 4, strength 4, +1 wound. So that guy can be 3 wounds. Okay, 35 points. That's not too bad. Armor Bane 2, Armored Hide. Okay, so at least they have some armor. Beguiling Aura. What's Beguiling Aura? Enemy models must take a leadership test before making any rolls to hit against this model during the combat phase. If they fail, only rolls of a natural 6 will hit. That's pretty good for defense. Countercharge. Okay, that's pretty good. Magical attacks, Stomp 1. That's strength 4. Well, that's Armor Bane 2 as well. That's not bad. An army made using the High Elf Grand Army composition may include Stormweaver per 1,000 points as a character choice. That's quite good. That means you can have these guys in your Grand Army, which means your Grand Army, which can have Sisters as core, can have access to something that reduces something's toughness. These guys are going to be one of the more significant things coming out of the Arcane Journal. Access to dark magic is huge. Like, it is really big. I would argue to say it's the biggest thing we've seen so far, is access to dark magic. That's going to be really interesting. Really interesting. Okay, have we done any special rules? Ship's company we've had a look at. Let's look at magic items. All right, okay. There's some really cool ones here. Okay, I've had a quick look at these, but let's have a look. Woodsman's Axe. This is the thing that they talked about in today's Almanac. It doesn't look great. +3 strength. Okay, good so far. AP -4. Really good. Magical attacks. Monster Slayer. Exciting. Requires 2 hands. Strikes last. Nah. Pish. May only be taken by models in a Chracian Warhost of infantry. I mean, that makes sense. And it's 90 points. Yeah. It's Monster Slayer. It's worse than a White Sword, I think. Yeah, because 90 points, you can't even doppelganger it. Nah. Sorry. I don't really see this being used very much. But I think the good news is that's probably the worst one, right? This next one I'm really excited about. Bow of the Seafarer. 50 points. That means a hero can take it. That means a handmaiden can take it. 30 inches, strength 5, AP -3, cumbersome, magical attacks, multiple wounds D3 through and through. This is a bolt thrower. Finally, we can have access to a bolt thrower. It's a bow of Avalorn, shoots like a bolt thrower using the through and through. Okay, fine. So Bow the Seafarer on a character that can take a Skycutter. The Skycutter moves 10 inches at a time, and it can just line up lovely little flank shots, and it can just pierce things with ballistic skill 7. You're hitting things on 2s or 3s at worst, really. And your strength 5, which is actually fine. I'll take strength 5. AP -3. Yeah, it's gonna do some damage. This is cool. This is exciting. I like Bow the Seafarer. Thumbs up for me. Okay, the next one, Starlance. I love the Starlance. 45 points. 45 points. That's quite good. Okay, Starlance. Combat strength +3, AP -4, magical attacks, strikes first. Okay. Models with the troop type cavalry or monster. Makes sense. The Starlance may only be used in the turn in which the wielder charged. Yep. In subsequent turns, or if the wielder did not charge, the model must use his hand weapon instead. Fine. It's a lance with +3 strength and -4 AP and strikes first. This is basically what Starlance used to be, and I love the Starlance. It was just a really good, fun weapon. I can see this getting use. I can definitely see this getting some use. You can, I mean, this is great. Stick that on a dragon, or a cavalry prince. Yeah, great, fantastic. Okay, this one, Blade of the Seagold. Okay, Blade of the Seagold. Strength +1, AP -1, magical attacks, multiple wounds D3. Blade of the Seagold may only be taken models in a Sea Garrison army. Okay. Okay, so it's a pseudo ogre blade. It's a slightly worse ogre blade, but it is cheaper by a lot. It's 40 points, which is pretty good. Blade of the Sea Guard may only be taken. Yeah, okay, fine. Magical attacks, multiple wounds D3. You're gonna see this weapon. Multiple wounds D3. It has some AP. Armor Bane would have been nice, but +1 strength. So basically, elves are strength 5 with this. AP -1. Yeah, 40 points. Yeah, yeah, I'll use that. I think I can see me using that. All right, let's do it. What other weapons? What other stuff we got? Magical armor. Okay. Armor of the Stars, 40 points. Models whose troop type is infantry or cavalry only. Okay. Armor of the Stars is a suit of heavy armor. In addition, the wearer is immune to killing blow. Okay. If the wearer is struck by killing blow, their permitted armor and regen saves as normal. If the wound is unsaved, they lose a single wound. Okay, 40 points to be immune to killing blow. Infantry or cavalry? Okay. Okay. Not terrible. I don't know if I'll use that. 40 points is a lot to pay. Golden Shield. Golden Shield, 30 points. The Golden Shield is a shield. In addition, any enemy models that directs its attacks against the bearer during the combat phase must reroll any rolls to hit of a natural 6. You have Nurgle High Elves now. Nurgle High Elves, people. It's a thing. It's a shield. It's a bit pricey. 30 points is not cheap. I mean, you get a shield, but am I bothered? Alright, okay. Okay, Circlet of Atrazar, 55. The wearer of the Circlet of Atrazar has +1 wound, okay, on their profile. In addition, if the bearer's troop is infantry or cavalry, they have +1 modifier to toughness. Toughness for characters. That's not bad. +1 wound, okay, 55 points. Infantry or cavalry? Probably infantry. I don't know. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay. Sacred Incense, 35 points. Any enemy model that targets this character or any unit they have joined during the magic phase suffers an additional -1 to hit. There's a few of these making their way in. I'm not sure they're terribly efficient. -1 to hit. So many things don't care about -1 to hit. So yeah, not bothered. Let's have a look at these banners. Right. It's Magic Standard. Banner of Resilience, 80 points. So it's a BSB item, or maybe Dragon Princess. A unit carrying the Banner of Resilience has +1 toughness. Okay, +1 toughness. Toughness 4 Ls. Toughness 4 Ls. Or toughness 5 Ls. Because if we have a character which has that circlet of Atrazar, suddenly you can have a Dragon Prince character, or character in the Dragon Prince unit, which is toughness 5 Ls with 4 wounds. Basically a Chaos Lord. That's cool. I kind of like that. All right, I do not hate that. That's gonna see some play. Yeah, okay. Banner of Lothern, 55 points. If a unit carrying the Banner of Lothern is equipped to the thrusting spears, half of the models in the 3rd rank or file, rounding up, can make supporting attacks. Okay, fine. 55 points to give yourself like an extra 3 or 4 strength 3 attacks, even with armor piercing. I doubt it, unless you have massive units. I can see people. This is what people are going to abuse, isn't it? They're going to make massive units of these. Jeez. All right. Banner of Balance, 25 points. Whilst in base contact with a unit carrying the Banner of Balance, enemy units cannot reroll any rolls to hit or to wound. However, nor can the unit carrying the Banner of Balance. All right. Cannot reroll any rolls to hit. Okay, so that's I guess hatred. If you're going up against Dark Elves a lot, I'm not bothered. All right. It's not very marginal. 25 points, maybe even cheaper than that. Banner of Confidence, 20 points. A unit carrying the Banner of Confidence does not suffer the usual -1 to hit modifier when making a stand and shoot reaction. Okay, that's not bad. You could stick that in a big unit of Sisters on a BSB, unfortunately. -1 to hit modifier, stand and shoot. Yeah, that could be quite scary. Or charging a big unit of Seaguard. Yeah, not the worst. Not the worst. So we've done the weapons, we've done the armor. Where is the... Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's have a look. Enchanted items, okay? Amulet of the Tempest. Amulet of the Tempest may only be taken by Seaguard. Okay, fine. Whilst within 9 of the bear, 9 inches of the bear, enemy wizards cannot add their level of wizardry to their casting roll. 50 points. Okay. Seaguard. Probably more of a combat thing, unless you can... Oh, I suppose you stick on a Skycutter, and suddenly you jump around, you know, those nasty wizards that are casting at +5, and suddenly they can't do that quite as well. That's pretty good. Okay, Ring of Fury. It's super common. Ooh, 25 points. The wielder of Ring of Fury can cast Hammerhand spell from the Lore of Battle Magic as a bound spell with a power level of 2. So can I have multiple Rings of Fury in the same guy? Bling bling rings. All right, so you can have 4 of these on a prince. Just goes in and does like 8d3 strength 4 hits if you cast them all. I mean, it's a meme. It's a thing. All right, okay. Gem of Courage. Gem of Courage, 15 points. Super common. A Gem of Courage may only be taken by Chracian. Yeah, once per game. Single use. Once per game, when required to make a break test, the bearer of Gem of Courage and the unit may roll an additional d6 and discard the highest result. Okay, 15 points for break tests. Okay, it's not the worst. You could stick that on a champion. Like 15 points is not bad. Okay, interesting. Vortex Shard, this is a blast from the past. 50 points, single use. A wizard may use this item instead of making a dispel attempt. If they do so, the spell is automatically dispelled with no dispel roll required. In addition, all remains in play spells currently in play are dispelled, including spells cast by friendly wizards. Okay, that's good. I mean, for 40 points, there's the Annullion Crystal, which does basically is the old Dispel Scroll, which dispels a spell. And for an additional 10 points, you can kill all remains in play, including pillars, including any nasty big templates with High Elf struggle with. So yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. Trickster's Pendant, 40 points. A wizard may use the Trickster's Pendant when attempting a wizardly dispel. If they do so, roll an extra d6 when making the dispel roll and discard the lowest. The spells dispel the wizard that attempted to cast it cannot attempt to cast any more spells for the remainder of the turn. However, if a double 1 is rolled, any of the 2 dice appear a class in the art. Wow, that's a lot of words. Read that again. Single use. A wizard may use the Trickster's Pendant when attempting a wizardly dispel. If they do so, roll an additional d6 when making the dispel and discard the lowest. Okay, so it's a reverse puppet, or it's, yeah, okay. So it's basically an Oaken Stave. If the spell is dispelled, the wizard that attempted to cast it cannot attempt to cast any more spells for the remainder of the turn. Oh, if a double one is rolled on any of the 2 dice, the bearer is outclassed in the art. Okay, okay. So provided you don't miss dispel, you can essentially shut down a magic phase with just this. If you dispel the spell. Can you add a dispel dice? Okay, well, this is interesting. This is definitely, you know, not the worst. Okay. What does this do? This is Staff of Solidity. 15 points. Let me just see if I can make it in a way so you can actually read it. No, I'll do it here. Single use. Once per game, when the bearer of the Staff of Solidity is required to roll on a miscast table, they may choose not to. 15 points to just ignore being able to miss. Miscast table's not that bad. Earthen Rod is cheaper. There's only really like one result that you want to avoid, so fine. I actually don't hate that. So we've done Enchanted, we've done Arcane, we've not done Talismans. Have we got Talismans? I don't think I've got Talismans. Okay. Standards. Oh no, we've done Talismans. Yeah, okay, fair enough. And we've done that. Okay. Okay, interesting. I think we've done all of them. Okay. So this is obviously not all the rules. This is just what I've been able to gather together in a very quick and frantic way. Initial thoughts. Seaguard are probably more limited. They seem to have fewer exciting options, but there's still something you can play with there. Chracian Warhost, definitely usable. I think you can make something work. I'm excited to start putting this together for that. Definitely a few options there. The Thracian Hunters, lots of skirmishers, lots of movement time shenanigans. That's quite interesting. And then the Grand Army, if it can use dark magic, if it can, you can have toughness 4 elves, toughness 4 swordmasters, toughness 4 dragon princes. Yeah, it's not bad. And then we have those the Starlance is good. The Bow of the Seafire, really good. I'm quite excited to put a list together for this. I think this is going to change what I'm going to do going forward. I've been playing around with Chaos recently. I think I'm going to have to go back on the High Elves, and luckily I've got a lot of this painted, so this is exciting. This is exciting. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you get excited as well. Please, if you have any questions, I don't have access to the book or anything like that, but if you have any questions, please pop them down. If you want to hear more, I am going to be posting up more High Elf stuff as it develops. So give us a like, follow, all that jazz, and hopefully we'll join, you know, all of this together in a very exciting journey going forward. Thanks very much. Have a good one.